community board will have for the month of June. Our second meeting will be on the 24th, June 24th at Restoration. After that, we'll be going on hiatus for the summer. For 2 meetings of the year, our bylaws require that we have meetings outside of our normal meeting place, so that's why we're having our meeting here tonight. So I'd just like to thank Bishop Albert Jameson, pastor of Pleasant Grove Baptist Church, and his staff, including Elder Stephanie, who just gave the invitation, for opening up the sanctuary and allowing us to meet tonight in this house of worship. I would also like to thank Sharani Curry, who's a devoted member of Pleasant Grove, and she's also a former chair of Community Board 3, and she's recovering from a health challenge, so she's unable to be here tonight. But I just want to thank her in absentia for facilitating the arrangements with the church. I'll just read off the agenda for tonight. So following the invocation, you're going to have some brief remarks from the chairperson, to be followed by acknowledgement of elected officials and community partners, to be followed by district manager's report given by Mr. Henry Butler. We have 3 informational presentations this evening. One from the actually 2 from the Economic Development Committee. First will be one from the Corporate Contractor Alliance. The second will be from the New York City MWBE Alliance. We then have informational presentation coming from the Health and Social Services Committee. We have 2 public hearings tonight. One is coming from the Transportation, Sanitation, and Environment Committee, and I see there are several members from the New York City Department of Transportation and MTA, and will be giving a presentation. And then there will also be a public hearing on a liquor license for a business located at 558 Halsey Street. Following the public hearings, we will have community announcements. And if anyone from the community would like to make an announcement, I think the cards are still in the back. There's a sign-up sheet in the back, and you need to sign up if you'd like to make an announcement. Followed by roll call, followed by committee updates and resolutions. Action on the public hearings, so we'll be taking votes on the public hearing, followed by chairperson's report, acceptance of the minutes, and then adjournment. As our sound man already told us, the meeting is being live streamed. And if you have any electronic devices, if you could please put them on vibrate. So I'll just briefly report on some of the activities that I've been involved with since the last meeting on behalf of the community. Every month I attend a borough board meeting, which takes place at Borough Hall. Last month's meeting was held on May 7th. They had 2 items on the agenda. One was from the Prospect Park Alliance, and the second was from the United Way, NYC. Prospect Park Alliance gave a presentation on a landscaping project they were seeking design approval for. The previous month, I think they had 2 or 3 other projects in Prospect Park. So the landscaping project was approved by the borough board. Second presentation was an informational presentation by the United Way, and it was on a report that they did on what they're calling a self-sufficiency standard for New York City, key findings and recommendations. So the self-sufficiency standard is a level of income that's above the poverty level that they calculate that a family needs in order to provide adequately for food, shelter, and other necessities. So they gave an outline of the study that they have, and you can find it online on their website. Some other activities, myself and Mr. Butler participated in a mediation that was held on May 9th. It was conducted by the New York Peace Institute, and the mediation was between the 300 Halsey Street Block Association and Bedford Cocktail. It took place at Newman Memorial Methodist Church on Duke Avenue, Macon Street. And in addition to myself and Mr. Butler, Police Officer Charles, who was in attendance on the 79th precinct, and leadership and members from the 300 Halsey Street Block Association, as well as one of the owners from Bedford Cocktail. The objective was to seek remedies for complaints that have been leveled by a small number of residents against Bedford Cocktail, and there were suggestions given regarding soundproofing and security that the establishment said they would research. A couple of our committees had events, and you may get additional reporting from Mr. Butler and the committee chairs on the events. I'll mention two events that we had recently. So first was the Economic Development Committee. They had a highly successful Economic Development Conference at the Skylight Gallery, Restoration Plaza. It was hosted by Tyrone Anthony and Abby Robinson Hobson. They had networking, food, refreshments, a live jazz band, and they had an informative panel. One of the people on the panel was the Commissioner for New York City Department of Small Business Services, Greg Bishop. There were also legal and real estate experts. So congratulations to the committee leadership and also the other committee members and members of the public that helped in putting that event on. Secondly, the Housing and Land Use Committee had a town hall meeting last Thursday in the community room of Restoration, and under the leadership of C. Doris Penn, the committee worked very hard to put together 7 presentations related to current and future housing development in Bedford Stuyvesant. Just by show of hands, how many people were at that town hall? Okay, we had probably 125 people. Yeah, about 120 people attended that. The committee members were the presenters, so they spent quite a bit of time preparing the presentations, and they presented on topics such as zoning, uniform land use review procedure, also known as ULURP, and also various city and NYCHA housing programs that are open for low and moderate income housing. At the end of the presentations, we also took questions from the audience. The feedback that I got was it was extremely well received by the public as well as housing professionals and government officials that were in attendance. The borough president's land use person, Richard Burak, was one of the people in attendance. And finally, I just would like to congratulate the 2 members of the community board who received awards on May 25th. I see there's some other people in the audience have also received awards. I'll mention the two board members, Pastor Gwen Dingle, is she here now? Pastor Gwen Dingle and Abby Robinson Hobson were two of the honorees of the ladies' brunch that was sponsored by 500 Men Making a Difference at the Brooklyn Marriott, took place on May 25th. So, congratulations to those two ladies who are members of our community board. Also, I see Judge Betty State. I think she was also one of the honorees at that brunch. So I'm finished with my remarks. We're going to move on to acknowledgement of elected officials and community partners. And if you could keep your comments to 3 minutes, please. 2 minutes, I'm sorry. 2 minutes, that's correct. We got a long agenda here. So, and if you could please be ready in this order.
One day.
Okay, so that, we have 2 mics.
They got 2 mics.
I guess if you could use this mic and keep your comments to 2 minutes in this order. From Controller Scott Springer's office, we have Nicholas Perry. The commanding officer for 79 Precinct is here, Deputy Inspector Minch, followed by Maceo Kareem from the Assembly Members Humane Rights Office, followed by Kim Robinson from Council Member Alika Andrew Samuel's office, followed by Shelton Jones from District Attorney Eric Gonzalez's office, followed by representatives from the Brooklyn Public Library, followed by Lucian Allen from Assembly Member Walter Mosley's office. So, Mr. Perry.
Ringing you already? My time up already?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nicholas Perry. I'm a representative for the New York City Comptroller, Scott Stringer. And tonight, I'm bringing information about the latest report from our office that the Comptroller is really excited about. It's called NYC Under 3. And the cost of childcare is making it nearly impossible for working families to afford to raise a family here. Right now, working parents have to shell out $21,000 a year for childcare. And that's why Comptroller Stringer released a plan called NYC Under 3. It would be the single largest investment in child care in the United States, supporting New Yorkers struggling the most and expanding coverage to our youngest, ages 0 to 3. For families at the poverty line making less than $26,000 a year, NYC Under 3 would bring their bill down to 0. And the plan would guarantee assistance on a sliding scale for families making up to $100,000 a year. We're proposing a small payroll tax, less than 1/4 of 1%, on companies with a payroll of 2.5 million or more. That's only 5% of businesses. Small businesses will not be impacted by a tax. It's a proposal that will make a big difference, not just for tens of thousands of NYC families right now, but for our future generations, and we're committed to working with our legislative partners to get it done. I left copies of the report in the back. This is a great initiative that the Comptroller is working on. If you'd like to get in touch with the New York City Comptroller's office or me directly, my cell number is 646-499-0749, and you can feel free to reach out to me anytime. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think Deputy Inspector Minch, you just want to be acknowledged, right? Deputy Inspector Minch, the commanding officer for the 79th is Maceo Kareem. And if you could please be ready, again, keep your remarks in 2 minutes, followed by Kim Robinson, followed by Shelton Jones.
Good evening. My name is Maceo from the Assembly Rights Office, and we're having a legal clinic. The earliest legal clinic we have is Wednesday, June 12th. It's for foreclosure prevention. If you have anything that's going on in the community that's happened to your property or to you, please call the office number 347. I'm sorry, 718 399-7630. Again, if you have any issues with foreclosure prevention, please come to the office Wednesday, June 12th, 3 to 5. We also have another one, July 11th. And we have consumer affairs prevention. So if, for any case, you're contacted, it's usually happening to elderly people that they say that you have to pay a bill through Western Union, and then you pay the bill, and the money never goes to where you intend to go. Please call my office. That is consumer affairs violation, and we have lawyers in our office that will help you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, I bring you greetings of the Councilmember Lee Catherine Samuel. My name is Kim Robinson, and I have 3 announcements. So tomorrow, June 4th, between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., we'll be having our lead sale outreach. About 800 mailings went out to resident homeowners who need to have a tax bill, water bill, or some type of emergency repair bill that's outstanding. So tomorrow, June 4th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 444 Thomas Gordon Boulevard, and the flyer is outside. Again, Department of Finance, DEP, and HPP will be there to talk to homeowners who have those particular issues. So, on June 19th, we also have our first job fair at Bronxville Multi Service Center. Again, it's located at 444 Thomas Gordon. Again, information is outside. And on July 20th, we have a green card giveaway. Again, the information is outside. If anyone has any questions for office, the number is 718-953-3097. And my name is Kim Robinson. Thank you.
While Mr. Jones is coming up, if you could please be ready to order Brooklyn Public Library, Lucy Allen from Senator Moses' office, and Joseph Grant from Councilman Corning's office.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shelton Jones. I'm here representing Brooklyn via Eric Gonzalez. I bring greetings. I just want to give some brief updates on some cases that were resolved and some that are just beginning. First and foremost, the other day we just sentenced a man to 17 years in prison for trafficking 217 firearms that were to be sold on the streets of Brooklyn. This was the biggest bust. It happened about a year and a half ago, and 22 defendants, all from Virginia, and all were convicted to time in prison right here. Next, we had an indictment for an individual who was charged with forging the deed on a house right there in Bedford, Stuyvesant, for an 80-year-old woman. He forged the deed and collected $1 million on her home. He was indicted. He will have his fair day in court. And last but not least, about a year and a half ago in 2017, on a nice night where some individuals were having a good time in the courtyard at Stuyvesant Gardens, 2 individuals decided to come in and use firearms to try to shoot at a gang member. They hit 2 young mothers. Both of those mothers were murdered. But these 2 individuals were just convicted in court about a week and a half ago. They are each looking at anywhere from 25 to life to 50 years in prison. They will not be on the streets of Brooklyn again. All right. Also, I just want to announce we put some information about elder abuse on the table out there for our action center. Over the last couple of weeks, there have been some horrific crimes occurring against the elderly. Please look out for your elderly neighbors. If you suspect something is going on, please give us a call. You can call our action center, 718-250-2340. Again, that's 718-250-2340. My name again is Shelton Jones. From the DA's office, we want to wish everybody a safe, comfortable, and happy summer. We're looking forward to seeing you again in September. Thank you. Good night. God bless.
Good evening, everyone. I come from the Mekong Library. I'm doing announcements first. I'd like to start, comments on the library proposed budget by the mayor is to reduce library funding by $8 million. So we're asking everyone to visit library.org, our petition, sign letters of advocacy and support for libraries, so that we can reach out to petition and let them know that these proposed cuts are acceptable because they will impact hours of service, programs, and other crucial services that libraries provide. Another announcement is summer reading. Summer reading is understanding summer reading 2019 is universal stories. It's a program geared towards some slide for students and is geared towards people birth to 18 years old or those who participate. We have a suggested reading list for those readers, and we encourage them to read over the summer and come to the library and interact with librarians and other library staff now engaging free and revision programs. And my last announcement is PPL is celebrating Pride on June the 8th, that's Saturday, June the 8th at 7 p.m. The Pride Day will be participating. If you want to participate, you have a limited number of Brooklyn Public Library flags and t-shirts. So if you want to participate and represent Brooklyn Public Library, you can come to the local library on account or visit us online at brooklynlibrary.org. It's abbreviated BKLYN, library.org/pride. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Marcia McGill, I'm manager at the Marcy Lounge at Nostrum and Cal. Before I forget, I want to thank the council members that came to Marcy on May 8th, the Councilman Carnegie. They did the summer outreach, it was my understanding, my staff and the patrons were very happy that the event went very well. Thank you all for coming. On June 6th at the Marcy Library, the 79th Precinct, Sector C, will be having a Build the Block neighborhood policing and safety meeting. Once again, June 6th at Marcy, doors open at 5:30, meeting starts at 617 Decal. My second announcement is Marcy is one of the libraries that took place in the Young Adult Outreach Initiative. We have created a teen space. We're having a welcome to the teen parties on June 20th. Please tell all the teens we are inviting them to come in. They're not just cool to libraries. Please come and visit. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Lucian Allen. I'm community liaison for Assembly Walter Mosley. We don't have any update of upcoming events coming up, but I just want to let you know the events that we did have. On May 22nd, we had the second MRTA town hall. This is a discussion about the efforts towards legalizing marijuana within New York State. Just to, again, give you some more background information on that. It's not for promoting legalization, but it's for deregulation, taxation, and regulation. So what this does, again, was to emphasize the overturning a lot of low-level marijuana convictions, which obviously affect our communities more than others. And also this being a economic generating revenue vehicle, for our communities. So if you weren't able to see that town hall, that is on the Assembly's website, Facebook website. So definitely just check out, go to this page and check that out. Also on May 30th, we had 325 Lafayette Development Town Hall. So discussing that development and all the, basically where that development is. So that is also on the Assembly's Facebook page. So I encourage you to go to the page and again check that out as well. If there are any issues that you'd like to relate to me, then I can then address to the Assemblyman. Then come and speak to me. I can give you my card and definitely I can relate that to the Assemblyman. If you do not have the number to the office, it is 718-596-0100. Again, that's 718-596-0100. And again, if there's anything you'd like me to relate to the Assemblyman, I'm more than welcome to talk to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, we're waiting for Mr. Grant to come up. Just wanted to acknowledge from the Department of Homeless Services is Yuri Sanchez here. Yuri Sanchez, Department of Homeless Services. And also Bessie Edwards from Central Brooklyn Jazz Consortium. Bessie. Central Brooklyn Jazz.
Good evening, Joseph Grant from Councilman Carnegie's office. Really, two quick announcements. One, on June 8th at Broward Park, we'll be doing free rain barrel giveaway. That's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And on Friday, from Friday, June 28th to Sunday, June 30th, the council member will be launching his shared economy weekend. The actual celebration will take place on Saturday on June 29th at Restoration between the hours of 1 and 3. Also, this weekend starts the Fulton Art Fair. So please go down to the Fulton Park and see all the wonderful artwork that's out for the Fulton Art Fair. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, we have Dan Fisher here from 81st Precinct Council, followed by Dr. Kim Best. Do you have anything? Dr. Kim Best from 79th Precinct Council, followed by Karen Cherry, who's serving a member of the Lodge office.
All right. Good evening, tonight. How y'all doing tonight, everybody? All right. Let's energy up a little bit here. Let's church. Let's energy up a little bit. Amen? All right. That's good. How you guys doing? I'm Danny G. Bishop, the president of the 81st Precinct Community Council. It's so nice to see so many lovely faces here tonight. I think I've seen some of you this past Saturday at June 1st at the Multi-Service Center. We had the Brooklyn Unity Fest. We didn't sponsor, but we were one of the attendees there. So we gave a lot of information, met with a lot of folks in the community. We had a lot of police officers on hand, we talked about the different programs that we're doing. So it was a great event. And we are trying to do more events like that and partner with our community, because our community, we want to make it better. I want to mention that our upcoming meeting is next Tuesday, June 11th. At 1958 Fulton Street. We hope to have the Department of Sanitation be our guest speaker. They haven't gotten back to me yet. We want to wish everybody a great summer, but Tuesday, August 6th, the first Tuesday in August will be National Night Out. Most of you all know that's a program that's our National Night Out in the Nation, and the 81st Precinct will be again at the school. Used to be called 324 when I was a kid. It's on 18 between Stuyvesant and Malcolm X. It's a lovely park there, and we'll have a bunch of different agencies and community partners there to hand out information and to talk to the community. But also we'll have some games for the kids, free food for everybody, and some good music. So we encourage everybody to come out and put that on the calendar. That's the first Tuesday in August 6th. And we'll start our meetings. We're going to take a break for the summer for some like still working on 10. But we're going to start up again on Tuesday, September 10th. So we hope to see you all in there. And I'll just say to the board, you guys are doing a great job. I'm moving it around a little bit, so keep that up. And then give me a mic. I can talk for a long time. But good night, everybody.
Just make the time, 7 seconds.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm Dr. Kim Bass, president of the 79th Precinct Community Council. And our next meeting is June 26th. Will be our last meeting for this fiscal year. As mentioned just a few minutes ago, we take a recess in July and August. But again, our National Night Out takes place at Restoration Plaza on August 6th. So come out, enjoy the festivities, and have a safe summer. Thank you.
Thank you. Karen Cherry.
Good evening on behalf of Assembly. Have a wonderful summer and happy Father's Day for all fathers and thank you.
Thank you. And last, I just want to acknowledge Detective Narcisse here. Detective Narcisse from the 81st Precinct. Okay, we're going to move on to the District Manager's report. Given by Mr. Henry Butler.
Good evening, everyone. Just going to repeat, Mr. Flash stated about how we do 2 meetings in the month of June. So the next meeting will be June 24th, back at Restoration Plaza. So get the package, you'll see that flyer in there. June 24th. Second meeting for the month of June. Okay, at the monthly district service cabinet meeting, which takes place with the elected official reps and the city agency reps. A couple of things. The 81 precinct will get an additional 16 new officers. The precinct is also allowing no more than 5 to 6 block parties per day. So if Saturday is full, you're going to have to do it on a Sunday or even a Friday. But they're only allowed 5 to 6 block parties per day for safety reasons. National Grid, as of today, National Grid is not allowed to provide service to new applications from Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island until the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation approves the applications for new gas lines. So if you are ready to build a new building and you put in for National Grid service, they cannot do it right now. They will take your application, but they cannot provide any service until the state agency gives approval of the new gas line they're looking to run through Queens and Long Island. So that's a situation of how we stand on top of the National Grid rep. Con Edison has stated they have made $1.5 billion in upgrades for New York City and Westchester region. Parks Department, Fulton Park building is supposed to open next month. The Decatur Park, which is on Decatur and Dunn between Lewis and Marcus Garden. The basketball court is closed at this time because of the damaged wall on the building next to the court. Speaking of Parks Department, there will be a Parks Town Hall this Wednesday. This is how the flyer looks. For all those questions you have about our parks and the capital projects, make sure you attend this town hall. That meeting is this Wednesday, 6 o'clock at what school is this? Excellent Boys Charter School, 225 Patchen Avenue, between Macon and McDonough. So that's this Wednesday, June 5th. All your questions pertaining to Parks and CB3 answer. The Brooklyn Parks Commissioner, Martin Moore, will be there. When it comes to the Department of Health, the district manager, the Department of Health and Sanitation Department will do walkthroughs of blocks that are having rodent problems. We're getting a lot of calls with the rodent issue, rats specifically. What we're going to be doing, what I'll be doing with my agency reps, you call into the office, we'll make an appointment to come and do a walkthrough of your block to try to assess the situation, see what's causing the problem. Sometimes it's construction taking place. Sometimes it's maybe restaurants that are not disposing of their garbage properly. Sometimes it's your neighbors. So we're going to find out what's going on your block that's causing this condition to be taking place. Update about sanitation garage. Update on that. The garage, new garage, we've been trying to get for the past 30 years. So right now, the land that was the Monroe Bus Company was on the property, and the city was going back and forth with them to have them removed. So the Monroe Bus Company has dropped all appeals and will vacate the city land, slated for the city Creek Garage June 25th. The mechanic garage will leave on the 25th, and the buses will leave on the 28th. The Department of Citywide Administrative Services, DCAS, return with full control of the land to the Department of Sanitation on June 28th, 2019. For those who don't think we need a new garage, this is not important. Think about all the calls we get about the rats that are taking place in our district. Because our garage right now is over in Williamsburg. So we have to our garages, our service comes from Williamsburg to get over to deal with the trash conditions that are taking place in our district. And remember, think about all those new buildings developed that are taking place. We're going to need a new garage, and it will be a new state-of-the-art garage. Also, we had attended the land use committee attended the first Bedford Housing Initiative town hall, which was back in April, but they're having another one going to be on this end of the district. This is how that flyer looks. This meeting is pertaining to the 3 properties that HPD is looking to put an RFP out, request for a proposal, and finally to develop these properties. Another item we've been pushing for the past 15, 20 years. We found that HPD move on it. 3 of those lots are actually right here. One is directly across the street. One is right at the corner, which is 26,500 square feet. And the other one is right this way, right next to the multi-service center. So those are city-owned lots. The other 2 properties is the lot next to the New Avenue train station, which I call the skateboard park now, you use the skateboard. And the third one, property is on Myrtle Avenue between Marcy and Ocean. So all those lots are city-owned lots. You will have the opportunity to let HPD know what exactly you're looking to see built on those lots, whether it's senior housing, whether it's supportive housing, whatever sort of housing that you think should be there. This meeting is taking place on June 26th at 6:30 to 8:30. It's going to take place right across the street, the school, which is on Herkimer between Howard and Ralph. Exactly, it's PS 28 Warren Prep Academy in the cafeteria, 1001 Herkimer Street. So that's right across the street on the back side of the multi-service center. So let your voices be heard, come out. Because normally, how the process normally works is HPD develops RFP on their own. Then they pick a developer, and then the developer then comes to the community board. But in this situation, this is an opportunity for us to help develop the request for proposal. Okay, so please, you can make that meeting. That is on the 26th. The next day, well, Mr. Flacco mentioned about the very successful town hall that the land use committee did last Thursday. Big ups to Ms. Penn and her committee. Miller, the first vice chair, Simone Pratt, the second vice chair, the entire committee. That meeting will be on our Facebook page tomorrow. We have live streamed it. That will be on the Facebook page. And the PowerPoint presentation will be on our Facebook page tomorrow. So if you are not able to see it, they'll be on the Facebook page. You go and download it. You have a PowerPoint presentation, and you will be able to actually see the meeting since we have live streamed that meeting. The last thing I want to speak on is these two flyers, because we actually are having a presentation by the Carpenters Union pertaining to apprenticeship and employment opportunities. This flyer out there, please make sure you pick this flyer up and make sure you pick this flyer up that are outside on the table. But we will have a presentation by the Carpenters Union about apprenticeship and workforce opportunities for the community. So that being said, I believe that should probably be the end of my report. So we can keep this meeting moving. And if you have any questions, of course, I will be around. If you have issues on your block, you need to come out, please let me know. Just give me advance notice. We'll set up a day that I can attend any block or attend associations you may be having to address those issues. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, I'm sorry. We were supposed to, yes, the Economic Development Committee event a couple weeks ago was a very successful event also. They're competing out with Housing and Land to see who had the highest attendance at their events. There was a video made. So I'm gonna let Mr. Tyler and Anthony talk about his event while the video plays, a quick video plays of that event.
Hello, good evening. So really quickly, as Mr. Butler mentioned, we had an amazing event, and that event was economic development related, small businesses, families, homeowners, first-time home buyers, and small business owners. So as our media guru here, Greg, gets up the video, unfortunately it does not have any sound, but what we decided to do, so this will be the first of what we planned as far as our economic development conference, and as you can see, it was very well attended. We had it at the Skylight Gallery upstairs at Restoration Plaza. We had food, and I must admit that at the end of the night, there was not one wine bottle that was left, not drank. So it was a very successful event, and as you can see, here is kind of a small recap of the actual event. But one thing I must say that the committee, it's true when they say that it takes a team, teamwork makes the dream work. And the economic development committee that we have is nothing short of phenomenal. And if you were a part of the, if you could just raise your hand really quickly, right? So we had Ellen, we had Jamal, we had a lot of great individuals working, and some of them are not here, but we have some phenomenal members of our community doing some great work. More importantly, it's important to do events of substance, right? So I actually got a phone call last week from Greg Bishop, the SBS commissioner. And not only did he thank me for the event that he came out to, but he actually said 2 of the attendees that came out to that event, he actually had personal meetings with them. And they were small business owners. So they had, from an individual that did not know our SBS commissioner at all, they attended the event, actually set up a meeting with him, and they were actually able to sit down and kind of help get through the process of becoming an MWB and actually gaining city contracts. So these events that we do are not just to eat great food and drink great water, but it should be of substance. So I'm very appreciative of the board members that came out and the event that we had. It was nothing short of phenomenal. So thank you all to everybody that did come out. All right, thank you.
So that's just some of the great work that all of our communities are doing. We're going to move on to our informational presentation. So we have two coming from the Economic Development Committee. I ask the chair of the Economic Development Committee, Mr. Tom Anthony, to introduce the presentation.
Hello again. So as we move forward, so we coming out of the Economic Development Committee, and what we like to do is have informationals, right? So being more so than just SLA, we might have informationals to give the community something to look forward to, somebody content. So this presentation is by the Carpenters Contractor Alliance of the Metropolitan New York. They'll be talking about their pre-apprenticeship and direct entry program. So if anybody's interested in learning more about that after they do the presentation, please feel free to take a business card to learn about what they're doing in the community. And the presentation will be given by the Director of Community Relations, more about it.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all. So my name is Amir. I'm with the nonprofit arm of the Carpenters Union. I have a couple of carpenters from the Brooklyn area here. We're going to speak about who they are and what they do. They're going to go through what a carpenter does, their roots in the community, and what they'd like to do and what they have done in this community. I'm going to talk about some of the pathways that entry into our union. I'm going to go over our lottery program, how that works, and how our pre-apprenticeship programs work. I'm also going to share my information if anybody's interested, because it's my job to partner our carpenters with the general public. We try doing more volunteer work, we try doing more community partnerships. So if you have an idea of how a couple of experienced carpenters can help out the community, please let me know, and I'll do my best to facilitate where I can. So let me turn it over to Charles Bullard.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Charles Bullock, born and raised in Brownsville, Brooklyn. I've been a member of the Carpenters Union for about 14 years now. I'm a shop steward. I'm a trustee for my executive board, and I'm serious about making Brooklyn a better place. The reason why I joined the union was because of benefits, safety, and security. Being in the union, I have a sense of security because I have benefits such as 401k, pension, dental benefits. I could go get my eyes checked. A lot of these job sites that you see in Brooklyn, New York are non-union. They're not safe. People are dying. These people aren't getting benefits. Some of these people don't even live in the community. As a first-year apprentice, I started off with about $25 an hour and about $30 an hour in benefits. And when you finish the program, you finish with about $52 an hour and also about close to $50 an hour in benefits. So you get close to $100 an hour when you finish this program. So I have a lot of friends. They might not be fit for college, and I got a lot of friends in the community. I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn, so it's rough out there, just like doing down that side. And everybody's not fit for college, but I got a lot of friends that are good with their hands. And the opportunity has changed. A lot of people got out of their lives. They have moved on to buy houses, help their families, and do different things. And I want to see this opportunity for the young black men in my community. And I think that they can have the same opportunity. I helped Robert Carnegie, one of the elected officials with Boys and Girls High School and Job Corps. We helped them with projects. I want to see more projects like that with the schools so the kids have something that they can look forward to. College is expensive. If we have more vocational training in these high schools, these kids will be ready to start a union job. So, I want to let Kurt speak a little bit from the Carpenters.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Kurt McCarthy. I used to be a resident of McDonald Street. In 1999, I was offered an opportunity to get into the Carpenters union as an apprentice. And it was a life-changing event. It took me out of living in the apartments to owning a home in Canarsie. And it's a fabulous thing for a young man to get involved in something that he can see a future, for him and the family. And we as carpenters, we do a lot for the community. We try to give back. And like some of the jobs out there now, that's not union, they don't benefit guys in the community like myself. So we would like to get those jobs to be unionized, so people from our community, we can enjoy the wage that the other people is taking away from us, so we can uplift our community. So more or less, I'm here tonight to thank you guys for having us, and thank you again for making us what we are.
So let me just start with a few statistics really quick. There's over 2,500 carpenters that live in Brooklyn. Almost 70% of our incoming apprentices come from the 5 boroughs of New York. Brooklyn is actually the second largest county with population of carpenters after Queens, unfortunately. We're here because I want you guys to understand that there is a clear path, there's a complicated but clear pathway into the city. I'm going to explain the 5 different ways we let people live. Unfortunately, this is complicated, so I'm going to try to go through it as clearly as possible. I want everybody here to walk out with what's called the conversational knowledge, because I'm supposed to be the expert here now. All right? After we talk about that, I want you all to understand how you can work with us and how we can work with you in a much more productive way. Okay? So let me first talk about the different ways you can get it. So these are handouts that are all going to be in the back, so I'm just going to breeze through them visually. This is a press release about our lottery program. So 60% of our members that come into our apprenticeship come into a lottery. That is a general recruitment. We make an announcement like this. We give out a designated number of applications. You're required to fill out the application, turn it in, pass a drug test, pass a interview, show that you can get to your job, which means you need to prove you have a card, show that you have a GED, and show that you're able to do the basics of the job, lift heavy objects and pass the arithmetic test. Now, the lottery program is giving out 500 applications on July 1st. This process usually has people camped out in our building for days in order to get one of these 500 applications. So if this is the way you want to get in, be about it, talk to your family, get them to drop off food so you never have to leave your spot, treat it like it's a concert, and you're getting Beyonce tickets. All right. Secondly, pre-apprenticeship programs. They make up the other 40% of admission into this union. This flyer brings us through all the different programs that are considered pre-apprenticeship programs. There are 4. Now, the one that is most important to us, because it's the one we run personally, is called Building Works. Building Works is a 6-week, full-day program that if a person goes from 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, for 6 days a week, he will learn basic arithmetic. He will prove that he's able to operate safely on a construction site. He can prove that he's able to show up on time. Because nowadays, these brothers in the regiment start at 7 a.m. If you are on the job at 7:01, you are late and we will not need you that day. So we are trying to filter through the applicants who think they're about this kind of profession to make sure that the cream of the crop rises to the top. These programs are specifically designed to give you a shot for what's called merit-based entry. Graduates of these programs get something called direct entry status. That puts them on the top of the list for the next apprenticeship class that opens up. Building Works is the program that is entirely dedicated to making carpenters. You go into this program, you come out because you want to become a carpenter. These other programs we're going to talk about are open to the other trades, which means if you go into the program, you go through the same 6-week process, and a graduate chooses which trade to get into. I want to be an electrician, I want to be a bricklayer, I want to be a laborer, I want to do plumbing. The other nonprofits that I'm talking about, independent organizations, help put kids and adults and women into these unions. Their graduates come into every union that I just mentioned. we take some from these programs as well. But if you know you want to build skyscrapers, if you like watching a building go up as you walk past it, that's what these men do for a living. After your 4 years of apprenticeship, you have gone through 600 hours of safety and certification training, minimum. These gentlemen have certifications beyond those 600 hours. They are the best at their profession. That is why they get paid what they get paid for. They keep a safe, professional construction site that is world class. And that is a high bar that these programs are designed to let people meet. So, I'm talking about the lottery, I'm talking about building works. The next program I want to talk about is construction skills. This is a nonprofit in partnership with Workforce One and the DOE that makes sure that high school students and unemployed adults can get into the trades. Construction skills partners with 14 vocational high schools, as well as Workforce One, in order to graduate people and give them direct entry status. There are 4 vocational high schools designated by the Board of Education in Brooklyn, East New York has one, I forgot the name. Any student who goes through those programs can graduate and be given direct entry status into a trade of their choice. Beyond that, Workforce One is also designated to classify people who are in need of employment to get into the program. This flyer talks about that program. You need to be dispatched through Workforce One. Now, construction skills, just like building works, is a full day, 6-week-long program. This is completely voluntary. If you show up and you prove that this is what you want to do, I am a responsible adult that is ready to do this job. Graduate that program and you're given a special designation that makes you top bonus. Lastly, to me the most important one, is non-traditional employment for women. The building trades are notorious for being an all-male trade. We know it. That's why we designate a certain percentage of our apprenticeship classes for specifically women who express an interest. This is a nonprofit solely focused on bringing in women to the trades. If you graduate this program, you can be an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter, a laborer. This program is a pipeline specifically reserved for women. Lastly is helmets for hard hats. That's a program reserved for veterans. That information is on the flyer that I mentioned before. Unfortunately, I ran out of those. But the website is on this flyer. So if you know any veterans, they can get it through helmets for hard hats. So those are 4 nonprofits and a lottery program. 5 different ways to get it. If you are about it, and this is what you want to do, you should be on the line for the lottery. You should be talking to building works to get into that apprenticeship program. You should be at Workforce One, telling your kids to go to that vocational school so they can get into construction skills. There is no reason you can't try multiple avenues. At the end of the day, this union is hard to get into. There's just not enough work to grow beyond 400 to 500 members a year. We would love for more work to come our way so more people from the community can get jobs. But our priority is getting these gentlemen as much work as we can and making sure they are safe and trained in the work that they do. As soon as they become a member, they are provided with free, unlimited courses at our training center so that they can stay at the cutting edge of this business. They are provided with health care and a pension, because we need to take care of them and their families long beyond their work life. My job is to make sure the community understands that. I am not a lobbyist. You'll never see me here advocating for a specific project. Other people do. My job is to show you these men as your neighbors, as your nephews, your nieces, your cousins, and to help them find opportunities to give back from the value this community is giving to them. So, I am asking you to take my number down. I'm going to give you my cell phone number right now. If you have a community organization, if you know some high school kids who need some mentorship, if you know a kid who wants me to explain everything I just explained to them over the phone, give me my cell phone number and I will gladly talk to them. And if you have an opportunity for these gentlemen to talk to kids about how they got in the union and what their life is like now that they're in this union, to inspire them to aspire to something beyond college, I would gladly facilitate one of these men to come to that school, to that community group. My cell phone number is 917-621-7950. So that is 917-621-7950. Most importantly, I would say, nothing I just said guarantees anybody a job. If I get a phone call from somebody saying, I was told to get this number so I get hooked up into the union, no. I am telling you how this works, just like a guidance counselor does. I cannot guarantee anybody's success. I wish I could. I wish there was plenty of jobs to go around. But all I can do is show them the path they have to walk themselves. Thank you.
So if anyone has any questions, because we don't take questions for the informational sessions, we'll be here for a little while. We're gonna move on to our second informational presentation. I'm sorry, we're just joined by the representative of the State Senator of Belmont and Montgomery, Stephanie Zimmerman. Did you have any announcements? Stephanie Zimmerman.
Good evening. Good evening. How is everyone?
Right there.
Just one quick announcement. As you know, all of the elected officials are focused on the census and have been asked to develop a complete count committee for their particular office and also assign a liaison. So I am your liaison from the Kirby's office. So if there's anybody that is interested in serving on the Census Complete Count Committee for 2020, yes, we're starting in 2019 because we have a lot of work to do. And remember, it's a 3-year process. We're going to be overseeing and helping to get out the count in 2020, but then it's looking at redistricting and how that's going to affect our community. So my email address is Zimmerman, my last name, which is ZINERMAN @nysenate.gov. If you're interested, I'll be here until the end of the meeting, you can come and find out more information and sign up. This work is very important. Last week on Friday, Congresswoman Yvette Clark brought members of the CDC into Brooklyn with representatives from LA, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia, and had a conversation about how we're going to work together nationwide to do this work because it's so important that we are completely counted. We are slated to lose up to now 3 representatives with an undercount, and Texas is going to gain 3. So if that doesn't mean anything to you, just in terms of numbers, think about next year is a presidential election, and we still have an electoral college. So that means the people with the most representatives get the most what votes. So we really need to get on top of this and make sure that our community is completely counted. Again, my name is Stephanie Zimmerman, State Senator of Montgomery's office. If you have any questions or if you want to join the committee, please see me in the back. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie, for that important information about the census. So we're gonna have our second informational presentation coming from the Economic Development Committee, and it will be introduced by the chair, Mr. Taiwan.
Good evening again. So we have another informational thing done, but really quickly before we get to that, I just want to say 2 things: jobs and opportunities. So these presentations are for individuals in our community to get jobs, take advantage of different opportunities that may be there. All right. So this presentation is by the NYC MWBE Alliance on becoming a certified minority businesswoman enterprise, veteran of New York City. And we have Rebecca on their behalf giving the presentation. So again, when you hear being certified or being an MWBE, this is the person to speak to moving forward. Please make sure all of our information is in contact.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I just want to understand the makeup of people here. How many of you here have a loved one that runs a business? Good number of you. How many of you have a business yourselves? Wow, this is lovely. I'm really glad to be here and talk to all of you. So I want to start off with why this organization exists. We heard earlier the economic development update, which was tremendous, amazing, about opportunities and connecting more with the city. And if any of you have attended a small business services presentation, they will start you off with saying there's $21 billion that the city procures in goods and services. And they have from the governor down to the mayor, and down to the commissioner of small business services, there's a goal also of certifying more minority women businesses. So one thing that we have found is that those two things are great and they're necessary, and if you're not certified, you need to be certified. But we want to go beyond that. And the reason why we want to go beyond that is because we know our economic development is something that we still need to make progress on. And the way to do that is to provide a service where we help small businesses, minority women businesses, understand how they can take advantage of this. What exactly is available? When you hear these big figures, how do you find your place in that realm? Because it's huge. It's huge, and it's not as simple as to say I'm a certified firm, I do this, you procure that, that's it, right? It's more complicated than that. And so the NYC NWDE Alliance was started to provide assistance and to bridge the gap between the city agencies and the procurement needs, and to help them find businesses that understand what it's like to deal with the public sector, where you can have someone to walk you through the process and someone to help you map out where your business needs to be in order to be successful in that realm. So I'm going to give you an example, because people always ask me questions, and since you can't ask me questions, you don't know what some of them are. As an example, the city has something called the MWBE Innovation Fund. Have any of you heard of that? Okay, great. The MWBE Innovation Fund is basically anything, it's a bucket of funding, $150,000 and under, where a department can procure MWBE for goods or services. The great thing about it is that it sits within the department. So they can make a decision independently, and it doesn't have to go through an extensive auditing process by the city. That's something that's set together, for example, for small businesses that are looking to understand and grow their business in the public sector. What we can do with the business is help them map out which agencies are using the procurement fund, what things are they procuring in, how you can build your best presentation to the city. And so the NYC and WBE Alliance does this through a number of ways. We have SET class, our flagship class is called the P2P program. It's public, it's private to public, and it's meant for businesses that have been doing work or growing your business. But we have these set of classes to help you understand how to move your business model from the private to the public sector. We also do certification for anyone that's looking to certify themselves. How many certified MWBEs are here? Oh no, we got we do. There's so many businesses here. There's so many of you that know someone else that runs a business. If you want to make your business grow in New York City, you need to be certified. And maybe some people will say you don't need to. I'm going to say you do need to, because you are a good group. There is a unique opportunity for MWBEs. We know we need to make progress in our economic development fight, and this is one great way to do it. So I want you to commit to yourselves. Whether you talk to me, or you talk to your community, we are here for you. And these services are at no cost. Well, you pay for them through your tax dollars. Thank you very much. But there is no upfront cost from you. So we are here because we understand the MWBE Alliance is made up of small business owners. We know what it's like. We go through it ourselves. We are ourselves looking to find our place within the public sector. We are ourselves looking to grow within the public sector. So I want to open it up. I will be over there. So if you have questions about certification, if you want to understand what agencies you want to target, I encourage you to sign up and join our email list. We send out opportunities all the time. We also send out reviews because the city does all these big fairs, looking to procure and gain the interest of MWBEs. We can amplify that for you, but also let you know which agencies would be good to go to there, because we're there ourselves. So we want you to be the beneficiary of us going through this and this being our role too. So again, my name is Rebecca Rodriguez. I want to thank you very much for listening to me. And I leave you very much. WB Alliance is info@nycandwballiance.org. We check that register. Info@nycmwballiance.org. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rebecca. We're going to move on to our next information presentation. It's coming from the Health and Social Service Committee. And introduction is going to be given by the Chair, Edmund Johnson.
Good evening, everyone. The Health and Social Services Committee and our concern about our senior citizens are bringing before you a group called Heights and Hills to talk about services for our seniors. This group is also a part of the Department of Aging. So giving this presentation will be Adina Siegel. Adina?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Adina Siegel, and I'm here from Heights and Hills. We serve this particular community with a caregiver program. What we're here to do is help older adults and their families age successfully in the community. By aging successfully, we're thinking of making sure that they have access to food, access to adequate socialization, access to adequate medical care, and psychosocial support that they need to be able to thrive socially as well. I don't know how many people here have ever taken care of an elder adult in their life, but I'm sure you have a lot of stories that can tell me a lot of things. It can be incredibly stressful. It can also be very confusing because you have all sorts of systems to understand, such as Medicare, Medicaid, and different doctors and hospitalizations and rehabs and all sorts of things like that, which can really be very confusing for somebody who's already stressed out and probably sleep deprived that they're having to deal with somebody who needs care. So what we provide is supportive counseling to help people who are taking care of older adults. We help understand what are all the systems available, how do you apply for Medicaid, what happens if you make over the limit each month for Medicaid. There are ways of being eligible if you make over the Medicaid limit. We can help you with that. We can help you understand any other options that are available. We have funding for some short-term respite, which is like, a short break for caregivers who may not necessarily need a lot of care, but maybe just need like a day off. We also have support groups and do community education. Everything that we do, as Jonathan said, we are funded through the Department for the Aging. Everything we do is free of charge. And if you have community groups, church groups, anything, we are able to come in and provide education. So just as an example, I have all of my flyers are outside. We have our listing of support groups. Right now, our support groups are either on the phone, we have one at Methodist Hospital, and we have one in Warrenville. If anybody knows of a venue here that would be interested in hosting a support group, please feel free to call me. My number is on the flyer. We are also going to be starting for the summer. We have a volunteer yoga instructor who is going to be providing free yoga classes for anybody who's interested. If they want to also, I guess, take care of themselves for a little bit while for people who are caregivers. We also provide some short-term respite so that they can participate. We have a telephone support group, which all this is outside, and demystifying dementia. We have several different dementia workshops to help people understand what it means, what's going on with somebody who has dementia, and how you as a family member can be supportive and work through what needs to be done to take care of them adequately and appropriately. So we are actually going to be having one that's over the telephone. Over the telephone is quite popular because you can listen to it in your pajamas after work and you don't have to travel anywhere. We also do some in-house. Our office is in downtown Brooklyn at 81 Willoughby Street. And again, if anybody wants us to host in a local venue here, we are more than happy to come by. If you have anybody who you know of or you yourself are a caregiver who needs support, you can give me a call at 718-596-8789. You can ask for me. My name is Adina Siegel. And you can discuss situations or just how to deal with whatever is presenting itself. And I can try to guide you to the appropriate resources. If it's not us, there are other agencies throughout the city who have the same funding streams that we do, and so we can also help with that, with getting you hooked up with those services as well. So that's what I have in a nutshell. I will be here for, I guess, another 5 minutes, and if you need anything, feel free to give me a call.
Thank you very much. I know everybody here probably knows somebody who's a senior in need of support and services. We're gonna move on to public hearings. So we have 2 public hearings. The first public hearing is gonna be introduced by the Chair of the Transportation, Sanitation, and Environment Committee, Mr. Gregory Glasgow.
Good evening, everyone. This evening we have a presentation from DOT about changes they would like to make on the 46 bus stop on Malcolm X, because again, they're trying to improve the services of the select bus service, so they're talking about moving some of the bus stop at that particular bus stop. So with that, I have a presentation from Kyle and Mike.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much. My name is Ryan Fell. I'm from the Department of Transportation. I'm here with other colleagues from DOT and from the MTA. And our teams have been working together to look at potential improvements for transit and for traffic on Malcolm X Boulevard and on Utica Avenue. And in particular, we're looking at just 2 blocks tonight. You can see them on the right-hand side here from Chauncey Street to Fulton and from Fulton to Rutland. So the bus that uses these blocks, as many of you are very familiar, is the B46 bus, both the local and the select. The B46 is Brooklyn's busiest bus route, busiest route in the entire borough. It connects Bed-Stuy with several subway lines and with more than 30 bus routes that fan throughout Brooklyn and into Queens. So it is a very, very critical transportation link and a priority location for us as we seek to improve the bus network. We also worked with my colleague Burns and the DOT's CP3 outreach initiative late last year. And of the respondents to DOT's transportation needs survey, more than 83%, so a vast, vast majority, are regular bus riders. And the bus route they use second most often was the B46. So it's a critical transportation link for the folks in CP3 who we spoke to. Also, with the citywide context, the mayor set out a goal this year to improve bus speeds by 25% citywide by the end of next year. And to do that, he's laid out 24 priority projects for 2019 at critical points in the bus network, and this is one of those critical points. And that's because, first of all, the bus is very, very slow on these blocks. It averages less than 3.5 miles an hour during the peak periods. And that's about walking speed, and it is only half of Brooklyn's average bus speed. In addition, there's of course very high ridership here, and travel times are unreliable due to traffic that forces buses to come off schedule, and we're looking to alleviate that issue. And this is an all-day issue. So this chart shows the bus speeds on these 2 blocks, and in the red box from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., bus speeds are consistently slow. They bottom out at about 2.5 miles per hour, which is slower than walking speed. But even in the middle of the day, they don't get any higher than 5.5 miles an hour, which for the busiest route in the borough, there's so much room for improvement. And so looking at the existing conditions, what's going on in these blocks right now, the core of the problem is a traffic bottleneck that begins at Atlantic Avenue and causes traffic to back up on Utica and on Malcolm X, up to Fulton Street, and beyond that to Chauncey Street and beyond. The second thing you'll notice here, the left-hand side curb, the southbound curb, is empty much of the time. And now that parking during school hours is reserved for staff at Boys and Girls High School. So we spoke with all 3 principals of Boys and Girls High School, and 2 of those principals said, we don't use the parking on Utica, we park in our own lot, and we park on Fulton Street, which is closer to our entrance. And the 3rd principal didn't even know that there was parking there at all. And they said it was all right for us to look at better ways to use that curb. We also found that after school hours, when this curb is available for public parking, it remains mostly empty into the early evening. That may be in part because the housing across the street has their own parking lot, and because it's a narrow and curved street, but in any case, the parking largely is not being used. Now, the next block, from Fulton Street up to Chauncey, half of that block is a bus stop right now. Part of the issue is that because traffic prevents the bus from accessing the stop, you can see this in the left-hand side photo here, buses sometimes stop in the middle of the street. That leads bus riders to walk in the street to get to the bus. It's not good for traffic either. It's an issue that we're looking to address. North of the bus stop, there are 9 legal parking spaces, and those spaces are usually parked up, but the turnover is very low. In a 12-hour period, we saw 19 vehicles use those 9 spaces in total. And so while the parking is certainly used and valued by those 19 people riding in those cars, there is a balance to strike between them and the folks, the thousands of folks, in fact, who are riding the bus down these blocks every day. Now, for a comparison case, this is the northbound approach to the same intersection. So this is approaching Atlantic on Utica. This is in CB8. We installed 3 blocks of bus lanes. It's just the bus lanes in one direction only. It is active during daytime hours only, so parking still remains on one side all the time and on both sides overnight. And just a few blocks of bus lane improve bus speeds by 17 to 26%. So a small change for just a few blocks at a critical point can make a really big difference. Now our proposal, we'll go through this block by block. The first block from Atlantic up to Fulton, we'd like to propose the same thing that already exists in the northbound direction. So this would be a southbound bus lane on the curb. It would be active during daytime hours only. So parking would remain on the northbound side at all times, and there would be parking on both sides overnight. This would improve bus speeds and bus reliability for B46 riders by getting those buses out of that congestion into the front of the line. It also improves traffic flow for all vehicles by getting those buses out of the travel lane and by providing space for right-turning vehicles. And the second block, we would not make any changes to the block between Fulton and Chauncey until the B46 finishes upgrading to the articulated, the accordion-style buses. So those buses are already on the route, some of them already. The upgrade will finish sometime this or next year, and at that point we would continue that curbside southbound bus lane for 1 more block, and that would improve the bus speeds and bus reliability. It would be the same improvement to traffic as the other block, and it would also help buses access the stop more quickly, more safely, and without blocking traffic. So we'll take your questions and comments tonight. We would like to implement the first block from Atlantic to Fulton this summer, and then after the B46 route finishes its upgrade to the longer articulated buses, we would install the second block of bus lane. Thank you so much, and we're happy to take your questions.
Thank you. I'm going to start off with a question then. Any members of the board or the public here have to come up to the microphone. So you said that the parking, you would allow parking overnight, I think, on the block between, what was it, Fulton and Atlantic?
So both blocks, parking blocks are overnight.
Okay, so overnight starts at what time?
That would be, right now we're looking at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. would be the hours for the bus lane. So from 7 at night, evening or evening.
Okay. All right, so any questions from the board members of the public on any proposal?
If you have questions, you're gonna have to come down to the mic.
You have to come up to the mic.
Stop being shy. No, y'all have questions. It's the first time in history you don't have no questions. Gonna set it over this cherry?
My question is, prior to this presentation, you also moved the 46 bus stop at Malcolm X and Fulton Street. Can you tell us what effect that has had since you moved the bus stop further to the corner, creating one space in the bus now?
I can speak to that, because we did that as part of the select bus service project. So if you remember before, there's a driveway that's right there, and the issue we had is that the bus was stopping in the driveway, which was unsafe, because you have pedestrians standing in the driveway. We worked with the businesses there, the property owner there, and we were able to relocate the driveway to the back of the bus stop. That allows us to have a longer bus stop, so the buses are able to pull in a little bit better, and then also ensure that it addresses the safety concern of bus drivers going in the driveway. So we have seen there's been kind of an improvement from that, but as Ryan put out, there's still kind of the issue we have sometimes where buses are waiting for the traffic to clear in order to get to that bus stop. So even though we're waiting on that bus to get to the bus stop, so that's what we're doing with extending it further to Chauncey.
Just a couple of questions, I have.
Could you give your name?
Karen Cherry, representing Southern Arizona. Two questions. Thank you for coming tonight to inform the community. But other than the community board, how would the other community, as far as churches and other places, know this is going to happen? It's, Fulton Street has a lot of churches. We have two churches right there on the corner. I know one has a parking lot, but all the members cannot. I know some not when they have funerals and stuff like that. This needs to be considered.
Yeah, we can talk too about that, because we've been doing kind of a really large outreach process, but we're also happy to meet, with anybody else specifically about it, sure.
I would think you should, have pastors and others.
No, I think it's good tidings.
Good tidings, right?
Good tidings.
And well, I can speak to outreach in general. In general, we've done outreach in the community. My name is Bedford. I've been part of a team that's been doing an extended outreach process in the community for about the last 5 months. Prior to the actual proposals here, we did visit several churches. Cornerstone, for example, was one of the churches that we. Yeah, well, I'm just saying, and we were looking at the entire CD3 district. So it's not, I should say, it's not specific to this specific point. So in terms of having a conversation specifically about this, we do not have a conversation specifically about this proposal. But that is just general outreach in general that's been done. At the end of this process, in addition to the proposal that we see here, there was also a proposal that we did last month that involved Myrtle and Broadway, as well as the outreach summary that we did for the area. So I have some palm cards that at the back you can refer to these as well to look at this proposal, that proposal, and then that outreach process. But again, it's not specific to this proposal. That's a separate conversation that has to happen.
Leroy Branch, for the Borough Commissioner's Office. I'm the liaison for this area. So if there's any specific location that the elected officials or the community board would like me to come out to speak, all you have to do is call me or just let Henry know, and I will be happy to go and bring whoever needs to come to explain it to anyone.
I'm glad you would be, but I'm just saying, see, people are here in this area because they want the meeting here.
Right.
Everyone doesn't attend meetings, and you wake up in the morning and you find out that you parked your car and you didn't know that you couldn't park it. I'm just saying, if some changes is coming, the community needs to be informed, just not the community board. The community needs to know. And that's why I asked, what are you doing to get this out other than the community board? And I haven't heard what you do.
I understand that. It's our response to let the elected officials and the community board know. If there are, let me finish. If there are individuals who there's no way for us to know. There is no way for us to know exactly which organizations to go to, so we rely on you to tell us that. So if you tell me where you want me to go, I'll go.
So I think
That's all I'm saying.
Just
Just tell me what it is.
I think they probably should see Good Tidings because they're across the street at the church you were talking about.
Right, so wherever you want me to go, so I can go.
Yeah.
No problem.
So that particular block, that's the second phase though, right? Because
What I'm saying is the community.
No, we got you. So I think, the church is right across the
I'm not
street.
just talking about the church.
Right.
I'm talking about, you have development, you have homeowners, you have people who live there. What is going to come out for those homeowners, those that live in developments to know that these changes are coming?
Yeah, we've had meetings with Fulton Park houses, so we can certainly facilitate them speaking.
I hear what you're doing.
Right.
I would like to know.
Why can't they have a responsibility to reach out to people? Why is it always got to be us, the community? Why aren't you reaching out? You know what we look for. Reach out.
Anytime changes are made, I believe that DOT will have an outreach process in that immediate area where you're out there with a team, your ambassadors giving out information.
We do have ambassadors that will go out and give out information, and that's what burns.
That's what I was
So we're talking about on this particular.
So we were at the B46 stop at Fulton Street.
Right.
We were at that stop and we talked to people who were using the bus at that time. And observationally looked at what was happening in terms of the bus not being able to come to the curb, older people there telling us they're not able to access the bus, have to walk into the travel lane to access the bus. So those are conversations that we had.
So I think the miscommunication is that for those who don't know, there was an extensive transportation study done by DOT last spring through the summer through the fall, which they presented to us, I believe a couple of months ago, and they did a presentation on the study. That again, what came out of that study was the plan for Murray and Broadway, was this plan and other corridors within the district to make safety improvements. So they were out there with this study. We have the studies online, correct?
That's
So they specifically the study was done, a very extensive study by DOT along with our transportation committee. And this was presented to us. So what came out of that is what they're presenting here today, what we presented last month about the Murray and Broadway changes. So that's where this information is coming from. But once changes are going to be implemented, then yes, they have to go out there again to let people know this is what exactly is going to be coming. So this is just the first step in that by coming to the community board, and then they have to have their ambassadors out there when change is going to take place.
And again, when that team was out there, we were basically looking at getting, there's no proposal at that time. We're just getting feedback and looking at what's happening at the B46 at that specific location at Fulton and Utica coming down. So we're just talking to people who are actively using the bus at that time. We're also talking to the lived experience people who are users every day, taking that with telling us what the problems are. Also, what their concerns are in terms of safety. So again, that report or summary that I referred to, there's a URL on the front of this. There's a whole stack of these at the back. If you take this, you put it in your phone, you put it on your computer, desktop, what have you. You can go there and you can look at the entire summary that we did. Look at the subsequent proposals that have come after, which were Myrtle Bravo, which was just mentioned, as well as this presentation as well. So that all of that is on my level.
Okay, members of the public have a couple more questions.
Yes, just a quick question.
And what's your name?
Morning, Christian.
Thank you.
So I have a concern because not only is the bus there, but the train is there. And so, like in other communities, you have a parking mind. So if you're gonna remove some of the parking from Fulton to Chauncey, some people, because it's a handicap accessible subway station, so there's parking there. So like you talked about 19 cars that changed over, it's probably because they're using it that way. parking, being able to access an accessible section, and then coming back. So removing those 8 or 9 spaces is of concern to me, because sometimes I like to park during the train at that place where you're looking at removing some spots.
We certainly understand, and I think you're correct in that. As we said, in a 12-hour period, we saw 19 vehicles use those spaces in total, which is a low turnover, and some vehicles were parked there all day. And there's no doubt that for the folks who park there, it is a useful service to have that space there. And the reality is that there's a trade-off to make between parking access and better bus service for folks who ride buses. And that's just the nature of the essence. Balancing that.
So I disagree.
Good evening. My name is Martha Works, and Mr. Butler asked the question, sir, what I wanted to ask you. Exactly when you have the study, so I heard you say during the spring, we can go on the website and see the numbers, right? I'm going to do some inquiry, people that live in Fulton Park, and people that live in Hunter Fly, right? People that live in the community, to find out, not just disputing the fact you did the survey, but I want to know the people that you did the survey of, because, you know, I've never heard of it. I've lived in the community 69 years, right? And the next one, we would like to know in advance when that's going to be, so that we can take pictures.
So just to kind of backtrack, we came to about the last 4 CD meetings of 2018. We basically we did surveys with the public at that time at those CD meetings. We also went to the community, and we went to places that we would expect to find a lot of foot traffic or volume, places like subway stops. We also visited senior centers, pools, block parties, all those things during the summer. Basically, we had a step where we had there's a tent, there's some giveaways that we gave people as an incentive to participate, and we basically went through a very comprehensive survey asking what concerns you have in the community in terms of going from point A to point B, what type of problems or issues you might encounter, also what types of things you might want to see in terms of safety design, infrastructure put into the community. That's mainly what's in that summary that I'm talking about. I spoke to around specific surveys, did about 620, which is about 620 surveys that we did with people who live in the community, as well as in terms of just interactions, in terms of conversations, the number is probably well over 800.
So
Okay.
let me just say before you finish this one.
The information that you just gave, you gave global information about many things. We're talking specifically Fulton Street and Utica Avenue. If you're talking about moving something in that particular spot, you should not include the whole global city. You should now, because that loses the interest of what you're talking about and also confuses people about what you're talking about. So if you're going to do a survey about a change at that location, be specific and be clear about all of that information.
Okay, well, a couple things just to be clear about. This conversation that we had was that process is to get feedback from the community about where they think their problems are. We specifically were at Fulton and Utica to have that conversation, but at that point there was no proposal. The proposal comes from being more informed about what the issues are before we do the proposal. That's a much better process than us just arriving with a plan in hand saying this is what we're going to do. So we wanted to get feedback from the community first before we had any proposal in hand. So we were at Fulton, we were at Utica. That was one place of many places that we were throughout the CD3 area. So we want to get a very broad.
Okay, we need to wrap, I'm sorry, we need to wrap up the public hearing, so I think we have a couple more questions, yes. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gabrielle. I actually think the idea is smart because if you're driving, the traffic over there during the rush hour is ridiculous. And if you take NCA, like the one was talking about, it might be a handicap issue. There's actually a parking lot over there for the restaurants and of that area, so they can actually pull into that parking lot and get them out closer instead of on the curb. You'll know that it will be a bus lane because bus lanes usually walk on red, so you won't be surprised like, oh, I'm parked here in my car, so you're going to go to the red line on the, like a red pavement on the whole side of the street, and then they also have the signs up. And then also when you talk about rush hour and like church parking and that sort, those bus lanes usually are only active like on weekdays, and they're not active on weekends. So, like, it depends on how they decide to do that. So I think that kind of like solves some of the issues people were having that I thought about. Yes.
Yeah.
So I have a very quick question, but.
What's your name?
Karen, I'm on the community board. My name is Karen, and I'm a member of the community board. My question is, how do you guarantee that this type of change is actually going to make bus service effective? When you look at past studies that have been done on this particular change, there's been very little increase in actually bus service and their speeds. One article that I've read basically says you have NYP officers that have issued around 240,000 tickets. The biggest percent increase has been in moving violations, which shot up from 1,645 from January 1st to September 30th, 2017 to 6,442. So there have been a lot of violations, but there's been very little increase on bus service as far as its effectiveness. So how do we guarantee that this change would actually?
You're talking about the speed of the buses.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's really important. What's interesting about this proposal is we looked very specifically where we had a very similar kind of problem and the treatments we've applied to see if we had the same result. And Ryan took the slide from when we had this exact same issue in the northbound direction that we looked at when we put in SDS. And in that section, we saw a significant speed increase in the buses by putting the 3-block first bus lane. We've also had a similar project on Fulton Street with B25 and B26, which has also had a really good impact on speeding of those buses as well. So with this specific treatment of just like really targeted 2 to 3 block per type bus lane at the choke point, just focusing on choke point, we've seen has been really effective. So
what's the percentage increase in the speed?
Say that again?
What is the percentage increase you anticipate?
So for example, the comparison case of the same street in northbound direction approaching Atlanta around Utica, it's in the slide here, but I think it's 17 to 24% was the speed increase. And on Fulton Street, which is the new bus lanes, not the Fulton Mall, but east of that, the new bus lanes, the increase was a similar amount.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Felicia. I'm the Vice Chair of the Sanitation, Transportation, Environmental Committee. And I think what people are losing is the fact that we've never been consulted with this before. This is a new thing that they're doing, consulting with us about changes. So now to be coming at them with how they're doing it, when this is a program that they just started, and Bed-Stuy, we are the first ones getting this. I think we need to step back and work with them instead of coming and attacking it so that they can keep talking to us and keep us in the loop and keep coming and asking our opinions. The whole thing with it's going to inconvenience a few cars over the welfare of the millions of riders. A few people will have to be inconvenienced. We can get the riders moving and get traffic moving. I think the well-being of more than just a few is better for our community, for our elderly, they should not be stepping into the street. They should be able to get on the bus at the curb, and like the young lady said, the bus lanes is Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's not going to interfere with church parking and all of that on the weekends, and people will know it's coming. They'll put up signs, and if you get a violation, that means your bus should have been in the bus lane at that particular time. I'm just saying, so for us to be worried about all of these little things, the study that they did was for Bed-Stuy. It wasn't for all of Brooklyn. It was for specific spots in Bed-Stuy that have been problematic for us, where there were big accidents, where traffic patterns are messed up, where pedestrians are being ran over. They did this study to make Bed-Stuy streets safer. So because it was more than one location, they should not be penalized. It was for the whole of Bed-Stuy, and they came back with these specific locations are problematic that we want to work with y'all to fix. So this is the first coming, this is the second, because the first was the murder last month. There's a few others coming, but they are taking the survey that they did, and they are step by step from each location trying to address and fix and better us. So I think we need to take the time to thank them and to try to work with them so that we can make this a great partnership.
Okay, so I think there's one last speaker here. Oh, you have, okay, so you gotta come to the mic. You can, okay, bring the mic to her. Thank you. I'm sorry. Will you go that far?
That's okay. I have a big mouth.
We're trying to record for a minute, so. We're trying to record everyone. Okay, and if you could please give me your name, thank you.
My name is Sandra Williams, and while I understand what you're saying about we should be thankful and happy, it's very honorable, but I think the opening of these meetings are for us to ask questions and understand what's going on. My nephew lives at Stuyvesant and Fulton. I texted him while you were speaking. He never saw a survey. I don't know who you gave the surveys to or how you pick who should take the survey, but he's very actively involved in his community. He never saw it. It's like you said, it started back 2018. He's been involved and engaged in whatever is going on in that area. He never got a survey. I don't know if you put them in people's doors, you mail them to, I don't really know. But I do feel that if we can't ask questions, when we come to these forums, what's the point of us being here? We have to be able to ask things that we don't understand. I don't think anyone was attacking you. I think that it got a little back and forth because we're looking for answers. You're telling us something, but you're not telling us something specific about what you're talking about. You did a broad spectrum. You're only talking about Fulton and Utica today, and that's where we were focused. I don't see the buses, the bus stop at Fulton and Utica being not an issue. It will be safer for people, and it will be a good thing. But we need to understand what are we really gaining for the community. Everybody don't go to church. Everybody don't come to these meetings. You have to figure out a way. How can I reach the community? That's all we're saying. You need to get the people in the community more involved in what you're trying to do. That's your job. That's your job. Like it's his job and his job and his job to get us more involved, and they do. That's all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. I hope you don't feel that we're trying to keep people from asking questions, because that's what the whole purpose of the public
Well, I just think
We're not trying to
you
prevent
said
people from asking questions.
You know, it's not that we're not.
Well, people have different opinions about the issue. So,
But I just want to put my.
thank you. Okay, so I don't think there are any other.
I'm gonna go right there.
Oh, I'm sorry, you have a question?
I did have a question.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Sir Baker. I'll say my first name to Robert Moore. I want to say to the bus lanes, I drive and I utilize the P46 bus.
Yes.
So I will say this, it's congested on that street going all the way to Eastern Parkway, and even with the bus lanes over there, they're still congested with people who are still parked. I also drive. I'm one of those drivers who will park my car in the morning and get over the A train to go to work in Manhattan. You will be taking a parking spot. There are parking spots in the community already being very constricted.
Yes.
So to take more parking spots and remove them is an issue that's already going on, and I think that should be a focus. I'm not here to attack. I don't know what survey you did, but I do question the survey. Because if you're asking only commuters who take the train, commuters cannot speak for drivers. Just like I'm not here to speak for all commuters. I think there should be a balance. That's all I want to say.
Can you talk about the composition of the survey, like how what percentage or
So, the survey that I was referring to, you can go online and you can look at it, or should I say to the portal. If you go to that portal link that I referred to earlier, the entire survey is there, so you can read through the entire thing. I think a big part of it was not making it specific to any one particular mode group. The survey spoke to pedestrians, it spoke to people who were cyclists, it spoke to people who were drivers. And I think the biggest part is pedestrians, because no matter what other mode you use, we're all pedestrians at some point. We gotta park our car at some point and walk across the street. You have to walk across the crosswalk. So those safety issues are issues for you as well. So, yeah, I mean, the survey is very comprehensive. It's about 24 questions. So, anyone who would like to look at it, I would suggest maybe just going and looking at that survey, and you can look through the whole thing for yourself.
Thank you very much. So this concludes the public hearing. We will be taking the vote. Board members will be voting on this in a little while. So we're going to thank you. We're going to move on to our second public hearing. And that's for a liquor license, and it's coming from the Economic Development Committee. The presentation will be introduced by the chair of the Economic Development Committee, Mr. Todd.
All right, good evening again, everyone. So on behalf of the Economic Development Committee, we have the alcohol beverage control license application for Coalition Inc., doing business as Kiki Romeo, located at 558 Holy Street, right between Stuyvesant and Lewis. And the presentation will be given by the president, Steph.
You brought this up a long time ago. Sure. This is his presentation, right? This one?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sandra Han. I'm currently representative for Kiki and Romeo, who's applying for the full liquor license. We're located at 558 House Street. So we are here present with the owners, Stefan Filippi, who is forward. So he's a legitimate representation. And we also have a general manager, who's Nadir Karifi, who's going to be in charge of the restaurant. So before we start the presentation, I would like to thank Rebecca Wolf. I'm not sure she's present today in the presentation, but she did such a great job trying to contact the association. As per her email, I was surprised. Just to give a note to the community board members, they mentioned that they no longer have a block association any longer, but we asked for the comments who live around the block and just to give the support and positive feedback about the mental operation of our restaurant. Just to go over a few of the positive feedback that mentioned to us, and would like to respect all the opinions that just gave around the block. And then one of the positive feedbacks they gave us is just the type of mental operation we would like to do. So our restaurant is going to be more focused, more like a French type of art. Unfortunately, we cannot have a commercial kitchen. We're just going to have a limited menu. It's going to be highly focused on French tapas cuisine, as you can see on the slides. Stefan Filippi has many years in the restaurant field. As you can see on the slides, And we currently own the final IC with the DBAs, it's called Minus One Shop. It's highly popular store. A lot of neighbors know the One Shop and we're really happy about it, which adds a lot of opinions. Our new venture is gonna be located across the street. So our method of purchase is gonna be really simple. Unfortunately, the previous owner used to be a super fresh cafe, and they used to sell pastries, sell perfumes, sell relevant menus, salads, and such items. Unfortunately, the previous owner could no longer operate the business any longer due to bankruptcy, so she decided to sell the business to Stefan Filippi to take over. And as you can see from the picture of the restaurant, we would like to keep the style almost the same, which is a little twist, just a little more French style, and we have a positive ambience inside. And also we like to just to operate with 3 staff members, bartenders, and also servers at the same time. The year two, in short, is gonna be a safe environment in our establishment. There's gonna be cameras surveillance throughout the establishment. So if there are any events that we have complaints, hopefully it doesn't ever happen in our neighborhood, the manager always get in contact with police precincts around the block. And also we hear all the comments for our neighbors just to respect the noise level and also to provide a really safe environment. So we like to propose to open from 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning from Monday to Friday, and Saturday and Sunday to 12 a.m. So unfortunately, we can't open for breakfast because of the limited space that we have. So what we're going to try out with our limited menu, that's on the next slide, to show you a really sample menu we would like to propose. Also, we hear comments about the menu prices. We would like to keep it very affordable for the customers. So try to come and try the food, such as we're going to have some cheese platters, charcuterie, this really fresh, and also really small dishes that like to provide to the customer and delight themselves. So around the block, and then before we talk about the block, I wanted to show you a really sample diagram that we have right here. So we already have open a basement, we just store our alcohol, and this is the sample floor plan that we have. This really simple setup. And the 3 small tables in the outdoor sitting area is within the property line. This is not considered self-cafe, this is considered like within the property line, has been there for so many years. And we'll just keep it that way. So this establishment is located in a highly residential area. So opening a business like this, we would like to bring more people to open more quality business around the block. As I walk around pretty much from House Street and Stuyvesant Avenue, Lewis Avenue, there are not many businesses around the block, so we would like to welcome more people to know the neighborhood, which is constantly changing, and give a lot of support to the neighbors and listen what exactly they want. Because as to the high rent going on in your city, we would like to hear a lot of feedback. What do the neighbors expect in order to open a quality business? So that will be it for our presentation.
Okay, so any questions from the board members or the public? You could please come to the mic if you have any questions. Okay, if no questions. Okay, somebody has to bring the mic, please.
That's okay, don't worry about it. It's okay. I mean, I don't want to be there, it's okay.
Okay, are there any other questions? No other questions, and I'm going to close the public hearing. The board members will be voting on this in a little while. So we're going to move on to we're finished with the presentation. Thank you. We'll be voting in a few minutes. We're going to be moving on to the next portion of our agenda, community announcement. So if you can please come to the mic, be ready in this order. Sherry Hobson, Vanessa Parkinson, Marcia McGibbon, and Lamine Isaac. I'm not sure if they're still here from the library. George Hutchinson, Marlene Christian, and Bessie Edward. And please keep your remarks at 2 minutes. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sherry Coxon. I attend St. Philip's Episcopal Church. We, the Women's Guild of St. Philip's is hosting an estate planning workshop. It's Saturday, June 22nd, from 2 to 5 p.m. We're asking a small donation because you'll walk away with a book that you'll create there during the workshop. Our featured guest speaker is Janadra D. Jordan of New York Life. She's not there to just sell New York Life. She's there to walk everyone through with a team of people so that when you leave, you have the documents, you have the knowledge that you need for estate planning. You can register on Eventbrite. You can also contact St. Philip's Episcopal Church. The number is 718-778-8700. I encourage you to go to Eventbrite because that way you can just register online. And I think it's very important that we all understand what kind of trust we need, what kind of will we need, how we want to organize our affairs so that you don't lose your home or someone else has to step in and take care of your affairs if you become ill or if you pass away. Thank you. What's my balance? June 22nd.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
Good evening.
My name is Vanessa Parkinson, and I've been in this community for almost 56 years. I work at FDR High School, and I'm a teacher there. And what we're trying to do is to build a well in another country. Probably will be Africa. We haven't really decided yet. But we're the Christian club, the Student Muslim Association, and the Environmental Club have joined forces in my school to try to raise at least $4,800 to build a well. Yes, it costs a lot of money. But just think that we are very privileged and we take it for granted when we just go and turn on the water in our homes to take a bath, to take a drink or whatever, and so many people don't have clean water. So we're just coming here for donations, and if you want to donate, not here, we can send them to the school. Just write this down, please, if you want to send a donation. Remember, every blessing that you give out, God gives you blessings abundantly. So you can send it to FDR High School at 5800 20th Avenue. Attention, Vanessa Parkinson. I happen to be one of the advisors for the Christian Club. The zip code is 11204. And if you would like to call me, here's my cell phone number, 917-592-3216. That's again, 917-592-3216. $24 can help 5 people, could be up to 70 years or further, however long the well lasts. You know, $480 helps 10 people. And I think that's 100 people. I'm sorry, $480 helps 100 people. So it costs $4,800 to build a well. You can send as much as you want or as little as you want. Every penny counts. Okay? So we want to thank you in advance again. 917-592-3216. Vanessa Parkinson at FDR High School. Thank you.
Thank you. Before the next speaker comes up, I just want to acknowledge the Assistant Commissioner for the Department of Health, Dr. Tori Easton. Dr. Easton. Thank you. Is George Hutchinson here? Okay. 2 minutes, please. Thank you.
Got some toys, folks. They're not toys, they're tools. Someone else mentioned I brought my toys too. My name is George Hutchinson. I have been running a mentoring program in Bedford called Race for Excellence for the last 6 years. I've also been running an after-school program loosely based on it for 4 years. This program is for boys ages 10 to 14, and this toy/tool is what I use to foster the mentoring process. So in school, you learn how to read, you learn how to write, you learn how to count, you learn how to follow directions. In my program, you learn everything else you need to thrive in life. You learn how to control your impulses, you learn patience, you learn how to deal with unmet expectations. Some of us adults have problems dealing with that right now. I've been doing this for 6 years, and through the after-school program that I'm running at Launch Charter School, I'm seeing the results right away. I have been trained as a mentor. I'm going to be taking classes on how to train mentors in the next 2 weeks. In September, I will start a new program where I have 2 mentors working for me and a mentor in training who actually was one of my students who aged out. So he actually wants to continue in the program and teach other children how to design and paint these cars, intricately how these cars work. And through that, I also have 2 field trips. One trip to the auto show, where I show them what they learned, how it applies in real life. And the second one, because I'm one of the founding members of 500 Men Making a Difference, is to the Black Men's Brunch. One of the things that our boys have going against them is that they don't see people who look like them in positions of power or who are affluent or successful. So I have every intention to change that. Long in the future, I would like a program funded by the major car corporations and NASCAR and be able to take children out of the 4 square blocks they live in abroad. Drift car racing is very popular in Japan. So imagine how the synapses would change if we take them to a completely different environment and show them something new that they're not going to see in our schools. I'm going to pass around samples of the cars that they're working with. When it's clear, that's how they get it. One has some paint on it, that's halfway through, and one is completely painted. The program walks them through basic electricity, basic magnetism, and college level physics. This program should be in every school, or in every community, or in every church, or all of the above. It is my determination to make that happen. The mentoring program is free. There's no reason why every child in our community is not in it. The after-school program is paid for by the Department of Education. There is no reason why our children should not be in it. There's a reason why I put this program in Bedford. Pretty sure my 2 minutes are up.
Thank you, Mr. Hutchinson. All right. Marlon Christian, and then last will be Stephanie Zimmer.
Thank you. This is just a quick announcement that the National Action Network has revitalized its Brooklyn chapter. It's at Bethany Baptist Church. The chair is the president at this time is Reverend Lacey, Adonis Lacey. Our next meeting is June 25th, Tuesday, the same day as the primary, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So I just wanted to make that announcement to those interested. National Action Network, Brooklyn chapter, Bethany Baptist Church, 460 Marcus Garvey Boulevard. And the meeting is the next meeting is June 25th, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Last announcement.
Good evening, on behalf of the NAACP, I want to remind you all that Tuesday, June 25th is primary day. How many people in the audience have already selected who you're going to vote for surrogate and or civil court judge? Somebody. So if you have not, on June 12th, we will be hosting a candidate forum for all of the judicial candidates at Borough Hall. Starts at 6:30 p.m. That's going to be on Wednesday, June 12th. You'll get a chance to hear from and ask questions from all of the people who are running for judge. Remember, surrogate courts, if we think about DDEP and all that that's been going on in the community, those are the people that will be sitting on the bench overseeing that. What's happening in our criminal courts, who's getting short sentences, long sentences, who's being released, who's supporting no cash bail. These are things that we need to know. We need to decide these things before we go into the room. So please, please, please go on Eventbrite and sign up for the Judicial Candidate Forum, which is Wednesday, June the 12th. Last but not least, this is the age-friendly June calendar. There are plenty of activities here that are free for seniors 62 ages and older. Specifically, we have a series of senior tech classes that's going on at Boys and Girls High School, completely free, 9 to 11, every Friday, through June 21st.
Thank you. We're gonna move on to our roll call.
Babatunde Akwe, Alicia Alexander, Taiwan Anthony, Monique Antoine, Dr. Kim Best, Anthony Brizard, Michael Catlin, Ivy Gamble, Evelyn Collier, Pastor Gwen Gold, Tanisha Evans is excused, Mark Fazell, Richard Plateau, Sharon Forbes, Keith Forrest, Frederick Glasgow, Shia Greenfeld is excused, Mary Jameson Head is excused, Abby Robinson Thompson, Barbara Holloway, Everett Hughes, Teresa Sirati, and Colleen Johnson, Dr. Deborah Lamb, Mary Little, Dionisio Liz, Artie Jo Long, Debbie Matthews, Kenneth Nabuno, Ellen Miller, Aldika Murray, Melissa Cloud Norman, Rachel Payton, Satina Payton, Simone Pratt, C. Dorsman, Karen Brown, Carolyn Richburg, Stacy Ruffin, present, Suzette Shepherd, Jamila Swift, present, Chinua Udo, Reverend Dr. Robert Waterman,
Present.
Doug Williams,
Present.
and T.J. Wilson. Suzette Shepherd is excused.
Okay, well, let's see if we have a quorum. I think we do. We're gonna move on to the committee updates and resolutions. So, any committee members, I know we have one, report, at least, this bylaws, constitutional bylaws. So the committee chairs, if you could please come forward and give your committee updates and resolutions.
Good evening, I'm Halloween Chair of Education Committee. Just informing everyone that we had a really good Bedford's best election vote of the best principals, parent leaders, support staff. We are really anxious to announce the winners, which will happen for the awardees. I do not want to say winners because everyone, fabulous individuals who were nominated, plus 9 students who were nominated by school administrators who will be receiving scholarship money as well as other prizes. We will have our ceremony on Thursday at Brooklyn Bank. If you have received an invitation, we ask that you RSVP. But we will have our committee meeting next Thursday at 7 o'clock. So congratulations to all who were nominated and to all those who will be awarded on Thursday.
Good evening, Karen Brown, Vice Chair of the Bylaws Committee. The bylaws will be introduced again on our next meeting. The main provision, if a member fails to cast a vote on all matters before the board, then they shall be marked absent by the secretary, will be taken out, but all the other provisions will remain the same. The meeting notice is going to remain the same. General election process for voting, special elections, what we would do in the event of a vacancy,
committees, and like I said, again, that particular provision, where a number we weren't absent, we don't vote on that, so the board will be taken out.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Larry New, Chair of the Parks, Arts, and Culture for Community Board 3. I just want to remind everybody of the State of the Forum. The State of the Parks Forum on June 5th. As Charter School Boys of Excellence on Ralph Avenue. It's going to be a very informative forum. So if you really want to know what to do with your kids this summer, parks and playground, come out to the forum and get all the necessary information. And secondly, if anyone forget, we're not meeting this Wednesday. Wednesday is normally our meeting day. We will be at the school, so I'm hoping no one comes up to the board to host it and look for the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening again, everyone. This is Dr. Kim Best, Chair of the Senior Committee. Our next meeting is June 20th at 6:30 at the board office. I'm looking for a lot of people to attend that meeting. We're having something very special coming up on the 28th. If you come to the meeting, you'll get all the details. Thank you.
Okay, just a quick announcement, if anyone has a Burgundy Charger, if they double park on Dual Street, please move your car. Thank you. Where? They get Burgundy Charger park on double park on Dual Street, please move your car.
Again, my name is Gregory Glasgow. I'm the chairperson of the Transportation, Sanitation, and Environment Committee. Our next meeting is next Tuesday at 6:30. We meet in the board office. So anyone interested in transportation or sanitation issues or the environment should come to our meeting. Because again, when DOT comes to make a presentation here, they come to our committee first. We will have an extended period to ask any questions about any proposals. They also came previously and discussed all of the survey.
Hey.
Tomorrow, at 6 o'clock at the board, CB3 office is a civic and public safety meeting. We will have the community affairs officers from the 79th and hopefully from the 81st precinct. So please come and share any information that you may have in your neighborhood or any concerns that you have and you would like to speak with the officers about. Thank you.
Thank you. So we've finished the committee updates and resolutions. We're going to go on to board business of voting. We'll be taking action on the public hearing. So the two public hearings. First, report on the public hearing will come from the Chair of the Transportation, Sanitation, and Environment Committee, Mr. Gregory Glasgow.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the Transportation and Sanitation Committee, looking at the proposal presented by the DOT about moving the bus stop to increase the traffic flow on Fulton and Malcolm X, and the committee was in favor of this change.
Okay, so this would be for a letter of support?
Yes.
Okay, and that's going to Transportation, Department of Transportation?
Yes.
Okay. So the recommendation of the Chair of the Transportation, Sanitation, and Environment Committee is to give a letter of support to the Department of Transportation regarding the proposed change.
Motion to
accept. Malcolm X. Moved by Doug Williams, seconded by Edwin Johnson. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, I'm going to call a question. We'll have a vote.
Felicia Alexander?
Yes.
Taiwan Anthony?
Yes.
Monique Antoine? Dr. Kim Best?
Yes.
Anthony Roosevelt?
Yes.
Michael Kaplan?
Yes.
Ivy Gamble?
Yes.
Evelyn Collier? Yes. Pastor Wendell Dingle? Richard Plateau?
Yes.
Sharon Forbes? Keith Forrest?
Yes.
Gregory Glasgow?
Yes.
Abby Robinson Hobson?
Yes.
Wilma Holloway? Everett Hughes. Dr. Curly Johnson. Dr. Deborah Lamb. Mary Little. Marion Little. Last call, Marion Little.
You missed Edna Johnson.
I'm sorry, Edna Johnson. Hardy Joe Long.
Yes.
Debbie Matthews.
Yes.
Kenneth Bono.
Yes.
Ellen Miller.
Yes.
Melissa Plowden Norman.
Yes.
Satina Payson.
No.
C. Doris Penn. Karen Rao. Carolyn Richburg. Carolyn Richburg.
Yes.
Stacy Roman, yes. Jamela Swift.
Yes.
Reverend Dr. Robert London.
No.
Doug Williams.
Yes.
Okay, while she's tabulating the vote, we do have a quorum. I think it was 33 present, 13 absent.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna move on to action on the second public hearing, and recommendation is gonna be given by the chair of the Economic Development Committee, Mr. Taiwan Anthony.
In regards to alcohol beverage control license application for Alicia, located at 558 Colby Street between Stuyvesant and Lewis. The committee recommends a letter of support.
Okay, is there a motion? Move to accept the recommendation by the Johnson, seconded by Gregory Glasgow. Any questions on the motion? Okay, call the question and we'll have a vote.
Felicia Alexander.
No.
Taiwan Anthony.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Best. Anthony Roosevelt. Michael Kaplan.
Yes.
Ivy Gamble Howe.
No.
Evelyn Collier.
Yes.
Pastor Gwendolyn Dingle. Richard Fletcher.
Yes.
Sharon Forbes. Keith Forrest. Gregory Glasgow.
No.
Sorry. Abby Robinson Hobson.
Yes.
Oma Holloway. Everett Hughes.
Yes.
Edna Johnson. Dr. Curly Johnson.
No.
Dr. Deborah Lamb. Sorry? Sorry. Marion Little. Hardy Joe Long. Debbie Matthews.
Yes.
Kenneth Nabuno.
Yes.
Ellen Miller. Melissa Plowden Norman. Satina Payton.
No.
C. Doris Penn. Karen Rao. Carolyn Richburg. Stacy Ruffin, no. Jamela Swift.
Yes.
Reverend Dr. Robert Woodman.
No.
Doug Williams.
Yes.
So I just one thing I have on the chairperson's report. I sent an email out about a week, 10 days ago to the members of the personnel committee. So we're trying to have June 19th. If you have sent me a confirmation back, please do so. That'll be June 19th at the Community Board office. Thank you. So, while we're tabulating the vote, is there a motion on the May 6th minutes?
Motion to accept.
Moved by Doug Williams, seconded by Edwin Johnson. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Minutes are passed. Okay, so on the first item, that was the Department of Transportation, an MTA plan to make the B46 bus stop on Malcolm X Boulevard between Chauncey and Fulton Street, a full curbside bus lane from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The vote was 28 in favor, 2 against, 1 abstention. So the motion carries for a letter of support. And in the second item, for alcohol beverage control license application for Alishka, DBA Kiki and Romeo, 558 Halsey Street. The vote regarding letter of support was 15 for, 16 against, 1 person left early. So the motion for letter of support is defeated. Is there a motion for adjournment? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Meeting is adjourned.
I oppose.